In this tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to improve your core stability with one exercise. What I'm going to do is quickly go through what core stability is, then we'll look at some limitations, and then we're going to look at the two parts to this one exercise. First of all, what is core stability? Well, number one, it's about muscle timing. Number two, it's about the smoothness of movement. And then number three, it's about coordination and balance. So what are the limitations to this workshop? Well, number one, core stability is specific to the event. Number two, what we can do, however, is look at some general principles. And then number three is about then transferring those general principles out into the specific aspects of the sport that you're doing, be it running, cycling, swimming, football, rugby, whatever it might be. As I mentioned at the start, there are two parts to this exercise. The first bit is the balance, and then the second bit is the smoothness of movement, which will then bring together in the good timing of the muscles. Because if we can get our muscles to time properly, that will give us those two aspects. It will give us a smooth movement and it will give us coordination and balance as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to be looking at the half kneeling halo. So we're going to be down on one knee, and eventually when we come to the second part, we're going to be moving a weight around our head, but we want to be doing it in a very specific way. So we're going to come down onto one knee and we're going to get this posture correct first. So we want to be upright and we want to be 90 degrees at one knee and at the other knee. So this is where we're going to start. If you look at it from the front, I've just got a sort of hip width apart with my knee and my foot. If I want to make it harder, I just put myself on more of a tightrope. That's going to make the exercise more unstable, which is going to then need my body to become more stable. So with regards to balancing, what we want to be doing is we want to have glutes. So again, if I go side on, so we want to have glute squeezed. So again, we've got that glute nice and tight. We're up tall, and this is the posture that we want. If again, we want to make it a little bit easier, we could, a bit harder, we could just bring the foot back into that position, and then we've got harder again when we've got the leg across. But for now, we're upright and the glute is squeezed. We've got a mild brace on the abdominals as well. So number one is we want to be able to hold this position first. There's no point in going on to the halo part of it, which is when the weight goes around the head. There's no point in doing that if we can't balance without that, because that's only going to make it harder, which is then going to, in some respects, make the exercise worse for you. Now that we've got that position of the half kneeling, we're now going to introduce a weight, which I'm going to be using here as a kettlebell. Now you could use a plate weight, you could use a dumbbell, or you could use anything that you can hold in your hands that keeps your hands together in a position. So what we're going to do, we're going to come up into this position. What we're then going to do is we're then going to hold the kettlebell upside down in front of us like that, and then it's going to go around the head. Now we're going to keep it close. We don't want it to be going too far away, so we want to be keeping it close to the head, but we don't want to hit us. And then we want to come round and then back round. So we'll just do that again. So it's upside down in front, elbow comes up, it goes round the back. Now, as elbows go up, it's now round the right way, and then it comes back round and into that position. So elbows are together, one comes up, both comes up, one comes down, and then they both come down. So that's the movement. That's the movement of that. Now you need an adequate amount of mobility in the shoulders to be able to do that movement, and you need good extension in the spine. If you don't have those, what is going to start to happen is you're going to start compensating. If you haven't got the shoulder range of movement, you're going to start arching to get it round the back, and then you're going to come back round. What you may even do is start moving the hips back and forth as well, or they might start going side to side. Because we want that smoothness of movement and we want the balance and the coordination, we want to keep, as we do the movement, we keep the hips level and we take the arms through that movement. So at any point, we should be nice and centered all the way around. So it's challenging every aspect of our stability. So it's challenging the coordination. Can we get the body into the position that we want it to be in? Which is, if we come up into this position, there. So we've got straight line going through there, up and round. Whilst we're coordinating that, can we have our glutes squeezed? Can we have our abdominal braced? Can we keep our hips centered so we're not moving back and forth, side to side or back and forth? So again, we're keeping that. So we've got that smoothness of movement as we're going round. We've got the mobility as well, which allows the smoothness of movement. We've got the coordination of being able to go around, and we've got the balance of being able to stay upright as well. So that is how we can improve our core stability with just one exercise.